Today is another very interesting video, I guess, review of things, lifestyle type products.
Slash unboxing,
yeah. So just like one of our prior videos where Abby got to look at shirts that I purchased for us, or necessarily for me, and then to do a review, we did the same thing with shoes. So let's get this stuff out of the way and talk a little bit about my favorite shoe company to wear to the office and then kind of just around town. And that is Vessi. So it's Vessi or Vessi.com for those of you that are looking for it. And what they sort of make is very, I guess, earth-friendly type shoes. A lot of things are made from recycled materials. And then the shoes themselves are quite rugged from like a waterproofing perspective. They are not like, I wouldn't necessarily use them, or I don't use them for running. I use them as my everyday shoe to the office, when I'm kind of going around town, when we go into larger areas just to sort of spend the day. They're just really comfortable and a really nice supportive shoe.
And they breathe pretty well, right?
And they breathe incredibly well. And again, the water resistance part is the best because we do live in a rather wet climate. Mm-hmm. So having something that allows you to either, walk through a puddle or get a little bit of raindrops on you is kind of paramount to where we live. So we have a few types of shoes. I am a big fan of once you find something that sort of fits you via that shirts, shoes, pants, whatever it is, get a few colors in that, or even a couple. If you find you're wearing one color particularly, get a couple of those. Otherwise, what's going to happen is they're going to fade, they're going to get dirty, and then you're not going to want to wear that one anymore.
Right.
So I am always adamant about getting a few pairs of the same thing. So that's what you see here. I'm going to have some just for the office, some for when I'm walking around the neighborhood, and then some for more of like dressy occasions. So yeah, without further ado, I thought we would go through and talk about each one of these shoes. So the first is, and all of these are going to be the same size because these are for me. These are all size 10. And this one is the Everyday Classic Sneaker. And I ordered this one in a pearl white. So I'll let Abby look at some of the materials there. I'll kind of call these out.
Sock Club.
And this is my first one of their pearl white.
Ooh.
This is really nice. So I know our lighting is a bit yellow. What this is kind of a nice sort of egg white here, and then you've got this almost grayish white, and it looks really nice. And on the bottom, you have this really cool green and little hints of the green accent right there, and on the laces themselves. And then you can see inside is a nice material, but everything here on the outer edges is waterproof. You can pour water on it, step into a puddle, it's not getting into you. And it's a really nice shoe. It's one you can kind of tie, slip on. They're just a really good pair of shoes. And then of course, the two pairs here. So we'll sort of set everything to the side and kind of keep stacking them. But maybe Abby has some fun facts about those Vessi shoes.
Yes, so like Andrew said, they are 100% waterproof. They're also 100% vegan. So if that is something that's really important to you, that's actually really awesome.
Yeah.
Then they're breathable and lightweight. So this basically just has like cleaning guides and fun little facts. But
Awesome. So we have another in the Everyday Classic sneaker style, and that's this one here. And again, we call this one the Marine Blue. So I ordered 2 pairs in the classic style, and then 3 pairs in a slightly different style as well. And I really dig these ones. So I don't have a lot of blue shoes. A lot of my stuff are either gray, white, black. I wanted to have a few more pops of color for the office. And that's really where this sort of blue came in. And
it's a nice blue color.
It is a really nice blue. It's like a dark, deep navy. The material feels nice, inside and outside, very breathable. Again, still that sort of classic Vessi bottom with that accent color. Really just sort of is a nice combination. These two shoes, like they both are of the same style, but that color almost dramatically changes the outcome. So really great there. And that ends our classic shoe run.
So before you move on, what's cool is the box. It also has like Rain, so it shows us 100% waterproof.
Yep,
as
rain
well
or
as rain or
shine.
shine right here awaits.
And then again, that fun, nice material. So they do a nice job of making the packaging feel like part of the experience of purchasing these shoes. It's nice when they also still try to make it so it's not using a lot of material. Sometimes we all get stuff that everything's packaged in plastic, 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 plastic. They do a nice job of using recyclable materials while still telling their story and their experience through the shoes. So this one is the Everyday 2.0 Onyx Black. And it's a slightly different style. Again, the box still has that same structure. So again, they didn't make new boxes just because they made a new style of shoe. But what we do have here is a slightly more shoe with a few more accents, a little bit more stabilized elements. So if we look at this one here, this piece that sort of maintains the frame where your shoe sits actually doesn't connect to the inner material of the shoe, but it creates this sort of barrier and support. These ones, that barrier and that support wall is stitched into the shoe. So this part here is not coming off of the main body of the shoe. So it's a little bit more supportive for those longer days. So if I know I'm going to be out and about, even the material here, from touching these two, feel just the difference. Where this is like a cloth sort of material.
It's definitely more sturdy.
Yeah, it's knotted and double layered, and it's just a thicker type of material, and it's sort of their everyday. That's why they really call it Everyday 2.0. It's more rugged while at the same time still staying true to that structure and style. Basically, they took this version, and I would say doubled it, right? Like if you just take all the material, all the stitching and everything, you double it, you get this version, and it still looks really sharp, fairly simple. It doesn't take away from your sort of outfit of the day. It just helps work as a nice accent piece or a supporting character in that show. So we'll pull both of those out, and that's why I really wanted something more supportive for those days when you're running around the office, up and down the stairs. We're still in a hybrid environment, so sometimes I'm working from home, sometimes I'm in the office, but when you are in the office and you have to run from meeting to meeting, because people are still sort of in that mode of Zoom in the past, right? You would schedule a meeting at this hour, and the very next hour you had that next meeting, and it's not a big deal when you have to just call in, but if you have to run from one location to another, or just you're going upstairs and you want that extra support, that's where these shoes really come in. So again, Everyday Move sneaker. So this is the Algae Green. It looks like I might have confused these. So this is actually one of the Everyday Moves, but it's one of their different versions. Wow. And I thought, and now that I remember this, I thought this was super cool from
fun color.
Yeah. So one of the things about us is when we got married, Seafoam Green was sort of my big ask for the wedding. I wanted that to be our color, and Abby loves that color as well. And when I sort of look for materials, it's not often the first thing I choose when I'm choosing the color for my particular like style that I'm wearing, but as sort of my third or fourth or second choice at times, I do try to choose some sort of green, just to have that in the back pocket. So this is not one I'll probably wear all the time, but it definitely is one that I will be wearing. I see this as almost like a Sunday shoe. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to the market, you're going to go out for brunch, and you just want to have some fun on your day. And that's really where this one sort of comes in. And you can see it still follows that same style, but just a slightly different color palette and just overall structure.
What I think is interesting is the bottom color is even different.
Oh yeah, so all of these shoes have the same bottom except for this particular model. This one they went all out, so it's very much a special edition. But what's neat is you do still see that Vessi color, that Vessi blue that's on all their boxes and everything else. So I love that.
Just isn't fully on the bottom like the other ones.
I dig that a lot. That's really nice. So I'll hand you this, and we have one more shoe. And this one again is the Everyday 2.0 Polar White. So for fun, let's compare that against the Pearl White. So we have Polar, we have Pearl now. So let's see what Polar looks like. This is the Everyday 2.0. Ah, yes. So I should have known that because this is one that I already have. But I unfortunately made the mistake of wearing these when I was mowing. And those of you that have mowed your yard before you know you never wear
White shoes.
white. I was in a rush. I didn't really think of it. They were on I made it about halfway through and I looked down at my feet and I said, well, these are now my new mowing shoes because they're pure white and they picked up every single color. Now, when you look at these two, this is where you can really see the distinct
difference in the white.
difference. So they both have that classic Vessi bottom. They both have that classic support, but again, the difference is the side support for your feet are stitched into this one. For this one, it's more of just sort of scaffolding on the outer edges. But this color is really nice. It pretty much works with everything. Any clothes you're going to wear, white is always an excellent shoe. But the downside is, of course, it gets dirty. And that really is why I wanted to make sure I had a few colors, a few pieces for these things, so that way I was ready for it. So now I have my pearl white, and then of course polar white. Yeah, if you have any questions about sort of why we choose this brand, how they fit, if you want some other videos, or if you like this content, feel free to like and subscribe, give us a comment, let us know your thoughts. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.